buon pomeriggio. Solo un paio di parole in italiano. Mi chiamo Mateja Lazar, vengo da Ljubljana e sono la rappresentante della CCP di Slovenia. Adesso passo subito all'inglese, purtroppo mi sento più a mio agio parlare di questo tema in inglese. Since we are quite late, I will try to be as fast as possible and to give the floor to our guest Gašper Troha from Vilenica International Festival of Literature. They've been successful more than one time within the culture program. In shortly, even if Slovenia is quite small country with merely 2 million inhabitants, we've been quite successful in the culture program. So during the first 6 years of implementation of this program, Slovene applicants managed to obtain more than 10.5 million euros for their European projects. So this would be an average of 1,070,000 euros per year. But it hasn't been the same from the beginning. Namely, Slovenia this year is the 10th anniversary since Slovenia is participating in the EU culture program. So when we entered, the culture program of the EU was called Culture 2000. And then, during the last 4 years, when Slovenia was a full member of the program, Slovene applicants managed to obtain support in the total of less than 2 million euros for the whole 4-year period, and this is the annual average would be less than €500,000 euros. It means that we are now within the culture program 4 times better than as we started. So this is really a good sign for us, and we are really proud that our culture operators are really now so experienced and successful. This is an overview through the whole duration of, to the whole period of 10 years. So you can see that in the beginning the outcome was really scarce, and that in the last year, this year, when not all the results are included in the sum, we have already more than 3 million euros for Slovene applicants. This is only for the project when a Slovenian organization has submitted a project as a project leader. Okay, so we have for now 17 Slovene organizations being leader of the culture program in this year for 2012, and I must say that only yesterday we received the results also for translation projects, and we have 10 Slovene publishing houses successful, so actually the number is now 27 organizations. And just to compare what type of organizations apply to EU culture program, this slide represents the top 10 Slovene organizations during the first period. This is during the program Culture 2000. And sorry, the slide is in Slovene. It's just the photo, so to say, and there are NGOs and public organizations, and but the most successful in that period was Študentska založba, a student publishing house. I don't know if you know this organization. They are not just a publishing house, but they are also organizing, for example, literary festival every year. Then we have University in Ljubljana. Maybe if you don't know, Multimedia Center Kibla from Maribor, they have been then and are still now the #1 organization within the culture program. So as you can see, now only in the culture program, this organization from Maribor, Kibla, they are running or participating in 9 projects altogether. And they are quite specific because they are one of the two organizations in Slovenia that managed to obtain this huge 1.1 project, this multi-annual project that lasts for 5 years. And you have to imagine that they are only an NGO with a very small number of permanent staff and placed in Maribor. You may know that Slovenia is quite centralized, so the majority of most important organizations have their seat in Ljubljana, but so they are really from the eastern part of Slovenia, an NGO and the most successful organization in Slovenia. And we see that some organizations are, coming back. So as our Italian colleague before me said, that once you enter these procedures, this European project, if you have great partners, you will try to maintain contacts and apply with new projects later on, okay? The interesting thing about the situation in the culture program is that if you check this top 10 list, you will see that they are all NGOs. So there is no, within this top 10 organization, there are also private non-for-profit organizations involved. So this Kibla organization, Študentska založba, Mini Theater is a private theater in Ljubljana. Then a number of publishing houses. Zavod Bunker is a well-known organization involved also in many multi-annual projects. They're running a performing arts festival, Mladi Levi, Young Lions in Ljubljana, and as well a Slovene Writers Association, where also Gašper here that will have his presentation is a member of. Okay. I will skip this, and then just to show you how a big, really amazing success the Slovene applicants have reached, I will just go through results of the last year, 2012. For example, with this most popular strand with cooperation project, you must know that on the European level, altogether, multi-annual and 2-year projects, only 126 projects have been supported on the European level, and 40 million euros have been spent on these projects. And among those projects, there are 12 projects by Slovene leaders, and it represents 10% of all supported projects. So this is, you have to imagine that there are 37 countries fully eligible to participate in those calls. So this is really a huge success for us. And additionally, we have 12 other Slovene co-organizers involved in other projects as TIPAS and so on. So graphically, even more impressive, so to say, we have actually the same number of cooperation projects as Italy, so we are really proud of. And the parts in yellow number, those are this multi-annual project. Already my colleagues before have said that there is only a small number every year of this multi-annual project supported, so you can see that only a small number of countries managed to obtain even one multi-annual project. The only exception to the rule is Germany. They managed to obtain 6 multi-annual culture projects. This is the situation with European culture festivals, a special call that unfortunately will cease after the culture program ends. And here every year only a limited number of projects are supported, while there is a huge number of applications arriving all across Europe to Brussels. And we were lucky enough to obtain the support for 3 festivals this year. And you can see again that there are only 12 countries that managed to get support for one festival, and Germany had 3. So, and these projects in Slovenia are Vilenica Festival, then Maribor Festival is Festival of Classical Music in Maribor, and Festival Land, which is one of the the biggest outdoor festival in Slovenia. It's interdisciplinary, music, performing arts, everything. And two festivals obtained in 2011 even a 3-year grant for festivals. So this is really even more spectacular. So those are Mladi Levi Festival, I already mentioned, organized by Zavod Bunker, and Ex-Ponto Festival. They are both performing arts festival taking place in Ljubljana in August and in September, Ex-Ponto. Then I only have success stories. It's really not so typical, especially nowadays. With this call of literary translation project, I have to say that within this call, the most successful countries are smaller countries, which is logical because they have to translate a lot of literature from bigger languages, okay? Although the wish of the European Commission is the opposite. They would want that, smaller languages would be translated into bigger languages with this support. But unfortunately, we hope that this will change in the new program, Creative Europe. This is the situation for the first 5 years of the program, and in the first. The gray color represents the number of all supported translation projects each year on the European level, and the red color is the number of successful Slovene publishing houses. It doesn't seems a lot, a big number, but actually it again represents 10% of all successful publishing houses. So it's a big success for us. And in financial aspect, it means that in the first 5 years, these Slovene publishing houses obtained €1 million in order to translate 230 books from European languages into Slovene language. To conclude with, just an overview. So in the 10 years since Slovenia is fully cooperating in culture EU programs, we have 230 Slovene organizations participating as a leader or as a co-organizer. And in these 10 years, only Slovene leaders managed to obtain €12.5 million. You can see that the trend has been changing through years, and I must say that in 2006, the Ministry of Culture in Slovenia opened a special national co-funding mechanism, and that was quite helpful, so that many smaller NGO organizations decided then to go participate at the open calls, because they knew that if they would get the culture program support, they would automatically get another national support at home, okay? Because this is quite an automatic support. Okay, and just to finish with the cooperation, with the numbers showing the cooperation rate between Slovenia and Italy. Now in the culture program we have, I think, 5 cooperation projects involving Slovenia and Italy. It could be more, I guess, so there is a room for improvement. This is the situation through for last 3 years, and I wouldn't present you. I mean, you can check all the project on the EACHA website. So just to conclude with, if you are searching Slovene partners, please consult this portal www.culture.si. This is a national portal, really up to date and in English language. This is financed by the Ministry of Culture, and even small organizations that don't have their home pages in English language have a really decent presentation with all the contact details in this web portal. So really, if you need anything related to arts and culture in Slovenia, consult this portal. It looked like this. Okay, that's it. So good luck, and I wish we would have a lot of joint cooperation project. And I leave the floor to my colleague, Gašper Troha. Just a second to change the presentation. Grazie.